Hi friends, welcome back to my studio. It's Julie's here. Today we're gonna paint this kind of abstract style summer floral painting named Meet Me in the Summer. So first I'm just gonna block in the general shapes of the main florals right here in the middle of the page. And I am using different shades of gray for the flowers. I'm adding one more right here down below with a little bit more white to light it up. It doesn't have to be perfect and you don't have to blend the color too much. I actually prefer seeing all these bare brushstrokes, which just really create more interest for the painting. This is 9 by 12 inch watercolor paper. I just really love the texture of it, and I really like how it can handle the weight of acrylic paints. And here I'm using a light shade of eggplant purple for the petal. My brushstroke kind of go in circular motion, pulling all the petals toward the middle. And here I'm gonna layer light lavender on top of the eggplant purple. Adding layer will really create the dimension for your painting. So just take it slow and try not to completely cover all of your eggplant, but just kind of like pulling in all the petal in between. And for the flower on the bottom here, I'm gonna keep all the petals at a lighter shade of purple, just to kind of add variety and interest to the entire painting. This is the stage that I call the ugly or messy stage of a painting, because you kind of envision in your mind how your painting gonna come out, but at the same time you know you still have a long way to go. Don't give up, even though your flowers don't look like flowers yet. Just keep adding those layers and keep adding the petals alternating between dark and light. They'll eventually come together. As you can see here, I'm making each of my flower facing different direction because variety will add interest, and therefore no two flowers should look the same. Painting the center is really my favorite part because it makes me feel like my florals are complete. And look at that contrast between the black centers and all the white and light petals. I really love contrast. With this style of abstract painting, your brushstrokes don't have to be perfect. Some of them can be a little blurry, and some can be more sharp and defined. Here I'm adding a little more white on top of the black centers just to bring them more to light. I think I'm kind of happy with how the flower turned out. So I'm gonna move on to painting other details such as branches, leaves, and other flowers. Can you tell that these leaves are inspired by the dandelion leaves with a long and irregular, kind of narrow, pointy leaves? For better composition, I'm gonna keep the leaves at an odd number, which is 3 down here, because because we don't want the painting to be too symmetrical. So I'll do 3 flowers, 3 leaves, for example, instead of 2 or 4. Odd numbers are usually better than even in art because they kind of create a sense of tension and it will keep the eye moving around your painting. And moving forward with this analogous color palette. This color palette is quite simple and straightforward to create. So once that I pick my initial color of purple, I'm just gonna pick all the hues around it from the color wheel, like teal, shades of blues. Sometimes when my mind runs low on creativity and inspiration, then I would just take a walk outside. I don't have to go too far, right there in my backyard, right there in a local park. And I get to observe all these shapes and forms that nature have to offer me. Spring and summertime is really the wonderful times of the year where you can explore all the changes that are taking place and watch everything come to life. Now I'm gonna guide the eyes up here with some more florals. This is actually one of my favorite flowers to paint, and these are foxgloves. When I first looked at the reference photos for foxgloves, I got so intimidated because they look so complicated to paint. But then as I simplify them into organic shapes, which is a group of triangles in this case, then they actually become much simpler. I'm using my favorite shade of blue, periwinkle. It's like a pale indigo. It's a blue with shades of purple, and it's sitting between the two in the color wheel. I'm gonna keep the foxgloves in the back here in lighter shade of periwinkle blue to create this sense of space. I mix in a darker shade of blue to paint the shadow on the side of each foxgloves. I like to keep the stroke really loose and just kind of go with the rhythm. And then use like a deep dark indigo for the hollow part right here. And I'm just gonna transition this dark indigo to a couple of the leaves down here. So I've crisscrossed all these objects, some here at the upper corner, then some will go into the lower corner, some on the left, and then some will go to the right, just to kind of balance out a painting. When I paint, especially painting abstract florals like this, I would love to listen to the music, kind of instrumental music, and that will help with the flow. Just like a little practice for my hand to just dance with the music. I'm adding many tiny little dots here to suggest more foxgloves on the back and to really give it a nice contrast to the big petals. I'm gonna fill in this empty space right here with a lighter shade of periwinkle blue. When you repeat a color in a painting, it will really help to create a sense of consistency and help tie the painting together. You can see that I'm utilizing the technique of negative space painting, where I would try to paint the space in between the leaves, and at the same time I'm creating more leaves for the background. Don't worry if they don't really look like leaves to you, just really random and very loose marks and brushstroke will make your painting a lot more lively and abstract. I'm switching between long and short, thick and thin brushstroke to get a breathe in this wild and free spirit to my abstract paintings. And now I'm back with the dark teal color to add the final touch to the painting and to kind of balance out all these dark elements. So I'm using it for the stem, adding a little bit right here, adding a little bit to the side like this, a little more dots like this. I'm very careful using this dark teal because I just want it to be the accent color and not taking over my purple flowers. I'm gonna put this painting in a very simple white frame to see how it looks on the wall. If you do or do not like this painting, please let me know in the comments. I really appreciate your time. Every single critic is very valuable to me. I hope that you have a wonderful summer, and I'll see you next time.